Okay, for today's lesson, we're continuing with lesson 12 in Module 1, but today we're only going to look at number 5. And instead of working right in the module, you all got a note sheet, and we're going to be working right in our note sheet. So we have here Chantel solves 3 math problems in 4 minutes. Use this information to complete the table below. Before we complete the table below, what do we want to do here? Make our key. So what two things are we comparing? What two things are in our ratio?
Math problems in minutes.
Okay, so we could do math problems to minutes. And what is the ratio of math problems to minutes?
4 to 3.
So she does 3 math problems in 4 minutes. So it's 3 to 4. Remember, order matters. So go ahead and use that table, use that information to make a table, scale up to complete your table. Okay, now that we've scaled up and our table is filled with equivalent ratios, now that our table is filled with equivalent ratios, let's find out exactly what they're asking us for. Okay? Chantel has soccer practice on Thursday evening. She has half an hour before practice to work on her math homework and talk to her friends. Right, so she's got a half an hour, she's going to be very busy. Homework and chit-chat. She has to do 20 math skill questions for homework. And she wants to complete them before talking with her friends. Good choice. How many minutes will she have left after completing her homework to talk to her friends? So this is actually a two-step equation. Before we can figure out how much time she has left, so let's see, she's got 30 minutes, and in that 30 minutes she has to do her homework and she has to talk. So to figure out how much time she has to talk, let's figure out how long the homework is going to take. That's what the problem is asking us. So how many questions does she have to do for homework? How many questions? Everybody? 20. So let's find that on our chart. So she has to do 20 questions. So that would go right here. We have to find out how many minutes that would be. So you should always write that on your table, and I recommend highlighting it so it stands out. So everybody should write that on your table. Okay? So that's what we have to do. Since we don't see that equivalent ratio in the table, we can stretch out our table into a double number line. So here's our double number line. So let's do that. Let's fill it in with our ratios. So what is our first ratio that we had? So first we have to label it. I'm sorry. So we have number of questions. And then we have number of minutes. And then we can go in and fill in our equivalent ratios from the table. 3 to 4, 6 to 8, 9 to 12. We're basically just rewriting our ratio table. This is just a different way to display even though I want to keep them spaced out, I'm going to give myself a little more room here. I don't have to keep going because I'm working in here what I need to know. I can stop here. I want to know this 20 questions. So I have to now separate my double number line. So I have 18, 19, 20, 21, because this is what I'm trying to find. So since I'm trying to find questions, I'm going to fill in my questions number line. So is everybody comfortable with where 18, 19, 20, and 21 came from? That's just what we had on the table. God bless you. So now I have to figure out how to number my bottom number line. Okay? Can I go 24, 25, 26, 28? Can I do 24, 26, 27, 28? No. So yesterday and for last night's homework, you were able to figure it out mentally. You could see what the pattern was. But fortunately, we have a strategy that we use to help us. How much do I need to know? First of all, this was broken into what? This was broken into how many sections? Right, so this is 1/3, that's 1/3, and that's 1/3. That's the whole area that we're looking at. But do I need all thirds, all 3/3? No, I just need these 2/3. I don't need this part. That part, I don't need the blue part. I just need the pink part. So what is this whole span? Come on, cardboard, don't fail me now. What is the range for this whole part? How many spaces do I have to number? 4. But I don't need that whole 4, do I? I don't need that whole 4. What fraction of the 4 do I need? What is that pink part? I just have to stop here. What fraction of the 4 do I need?
2/3.
Right, I only need 2/3 of 4. So you're going to write that down under your fraction of a number. Whoops, what just happened? So I need to find 2/3 of the 4. Of means to multiply. So 2/3 times 4. 4 is 4/1. To multiply fractions, I multiply my numerators. 2 times 4 is 3 times 1 is. That's an improper fraction. So I have to change that to a mixed number.
2 and 2/3.
2 and 2/3. But now 2 and 2/3 only represents that pink area, not how many minutes. So what do I have to do? I have to add it to the 24. So 24 plus 2 and 2/3 is 26 and 2/3. So that number here, my answer is 26 and 2/3. So it'll take her 26 and 2/3 minutes to complete those 20 questions.
How come we had to do a mixed number?
Because I didn't want to leave it as an improper fraction and add that to the 24 minutes that she already took. Okay? Is that reasonable? Is that reasonable? Does 26 fall between 24 and 28? Yes, that's reasonable. But are we done? Is that what they're asking us? So reasonable? Yes. It is between 24 and 28. Okay, but we didn't answer the question. The question is asking us how many minutes will Chantel have left after completing her homework? So how much time was she given? Before she has to go to soccer practice, how much time does she have? Everybody? 30 minutes. So she had 30 minutes. How many of those 30 minutes is it going to take her to do her homework? Right, 26 and 2/3. You remember how to regroup?
Yeah.
So that 30 becomes,
29 3/3.
wow, I'm impressed. So that is 3 and 1/3 minutes left to talk to her friends. Now your homework is going to be very similar where you have that second step where it's not just how long will it take, but you then have to apply it to a second step. So be careful. Don't forget that I will email home and post on your blog a skeleton like this to help you with your homework. And don't forget there's extra help today.